I love teaching. I have been working as a teacher for over 18 years. I am very passionate about the profession, and my child philosophy is that every child is unique and they deserve a safe and nurturing environment where they can grow, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially. So, this is something I enjoy to do. It is what I love to do. However, in this video, I will talking about 10 things I wish I knew before going into teaching. Hi there, welcome or welcome back again to Elevator Tea. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like, comment, and share. Thank you. So, like I said, it's gonna be 10 things I wish I knew before going into teaching. The first thing that I wish I knew before going into teaching is that teaching takes a lot of your time. You have to spend time planning lessons, you have to spend time preparing for your students based on their different learning styles. You have to research, you have to do a whole lot. Um, I used to think that teaching would give me that work life balance where I would have enough time after I'm done at work to do other things. But that's not true. Teaching will take a lot of your time if you let it. In planning, in preparing, in researching, you will spend a lot of time doing that. The second thing that I wish I knew or that I already knew, but I thought it would be different when I traveled to a Western country is that teachers are very underpaid. Back home, of course, it was known that teachers weren't being paid, the teachers were underpaid, regardless of how much work and effort that goes into the job. However, I found out when I relocated to Canada that it is the same. Teachers are very underpaid, and you just have to be in that profession to know the amount of work, amount of energy and effort that goes into it, to understand and to acknowledge that teachers are underpaid. The third thing that I wish I knew is that teaching can be very mentally draining. There are days that you would feel so frustrated, you will feel exhausted. There will be days where you will cry, depending on the difficulty or the challenges that you face. But you would see that you would feel that mental drain because there's a lot that you have to put into consideration in this line of work. And another aspect is that as soon as your day begins, you have to come with your A game. So no matter the challenges that you're faced or what you're going through, you put aside your emotions, you put aside your struggles, and you just have to come prepared, come correct, like they say in my country. So it's mentally draining. It can lead to burnout if you're not careful. So that is something that needs to be put into consideration. The fourth point, which I wish I knew before going into teaching, is the fact that you'll be dealing with different or even difficult behaviors. You know, back home when I thought at home, there are some disciplinary actions that you could take to ensure that children are well behaved, they are adhering to the classroom rules and regulation. But coming to Canada, it's a different ball game altogether. Sometimes you would experience difficult, difficult behavior in children. And of course, as a teacher, you need to put in strategies or ensure that there are rules and regulations to address these behaviors. But sometimes it can be much more than you've prepared for or what you can even deal with. in that situation, I would always advise that you work with the parents of the child that is showing a difficult behavior, or you work with your director. And if there is a need to have like a one-on-one help for the child, that can be brought on board. But be prepared to deal with different types of behavior. And in some cases, you might even be helpless because you're not trained or qualified to handle that type of behavior. And then you find yourself helpless in some cases. But yeah, that is something that I wish I knew before going into teaching. The fifth point is that teaching is hard work. It is hard work. Um, it cannot be overemphasized the amount of work teachers would do. I am someone that I just want work to stay at work, and when I'm home, I am home. But with teaching, it's different. You would go to work, you would get off your work and you're still working. You're mentally preparing for the next day. You would physically even prepare for it. You're trying to source for materials, for resources, or even supplies just for the next day. So you find yourself working after your working hours, right? So teaching is so much hard work. It's not for everybody. You must be really passionate about the job. You must be selfless. It's a profession that go many times without the acknowledgement it needs. You might not get a thank you that you deserve. You might even be working with some parents that feel like you're getting paid for the work that you do, and they do not appreciate you in any way. And the sixth point is that you need to make your mental health a priority. Honestly, um, from my personal story, I've had times within this career where I have experienced burnout. And yes, I would feel overwhelmed. I will see myself giving my best at work, and when I come home, my family suffers the brunt of because I have given my very best at work. I'm come back, I'm tired, I'm ex- exhausted, and that's how it is. So you have to make yourself a priority. You have to ensure that you do not let all of your time, your energy go into your profession. The things that makes you happy, you need to prioritize those. Do you do exercise? Do you go on walks? Do you like to socialize with family and friends? You need to ensure that you create time out of no time for those things that really make you happy and mentally okay. Okay. And the seventh point is sometimes as teachers, you get looked down upon because, of course, many people know that it's not a high paying job. So when you've been asked about your profession and you mention that you're a teacher, you might find not everybody, but some people will look down on you because they feel like, oh, how much do you get paid? Why are you in that line? Why are you in that line of why are you in that career? You don't make much. How do you deal with children? Those type of perceptions from people. Again, not everybody, but some people will look down on you because you are a teacher. And the eighth point is that teaching is not for everybody. I've kind of mentioned it initially that teaching is hard work. Believe it or not, you must be prepared to do the work. Some people just assume that it's all about taking care of children, but man, it is a lot of work. You have to be selfless, you have to be passionate. If not, every day of your working, um, every day will be like a day in hell. So you have to really be passionate about the work. You have to prioritize your mental health. You have to be passionate. You know, like I said, I have a child philosophy, and that keeps me going. You need to know your why. You need to know why you're in this career, and of course, you have to be a selfless person. So it's not for everybody. If you're thinking, if you're all about the money that you can get, this profession doesn't pay much as we have established. So you know, it's that profession that you really put a lot in, and you don't get a lot out in return. So you have to keep that in mind. And then my ninth point is that you need to prioritize your time. I've mentioned the fact that you need to prioritize your mental health, but again, your time is important to do so, because if you do not, teaching will take your whole day and night if you allow it. So you have to make sure that you set the time for everything aside. You make sure and you plan such that you have your own time outside of your work time. And the last thing is that I wish I knew is that you can ask for help. There's a lot of aspects that go into teaching. You need to be open to receiving help and building a support system, because you do not know it all. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. So if you see in your weaknesses someone that is stronger, maybe in arts and crafts or in any area of your teaching, you should be able to ask for help when you need it. These are the 10 things I wish I knew before going into teaching. But of course, over the years, I have been able to make it work and be the best I can be for myself as well as the two children that I teach. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like, comment, and share. And I'll see you on my next video. Thank you and bye bye.